So we all know how valuable gaining an extra turn can be in competitive hogs through the use of a scout and his poison. Most pros will always be looking out for pigs that have between 16 and 25 health in order to do this, but what would you do if your own pig is in this type of situation? Poisoned or not, a pig that has low health is just as valuable as a full health pig, and that's because of two reasons. The first being the ability to still deal damage on your opponent through using that low health pig, and the second being the extra work that low health pig then causes your opponent. Now the first point is pretty obvious, but as we've seen from both Season 1 and Season 2 League matches, a pig who is essentially going to die anyway can also be used to deal even more damage to a player's pig given the right circumstances.
Shrapnel. The shrapnel will want to kill him. Oh, he's... What?
Looking to get the extra damage on himself?
Damage. Oh, that they're killing it. Oh my god, that was a great turn.
but has he damaged his own? Oh!
He still survived.
Oh goodness. So I think maybe, if Axby thinks about this, he could get the kill. Should he do the same thing, kill himself, maybe use the grenade launcher?
Yeah, I wouldn't use the shrapnel grenade here, because if a shrapnel is hitting my own orderly, then that would be...
oh, that's a tricky one.
I would kill myself here.
Yeah. But I think that should be enough anyway. Whoa!
Ooh, what?
What did we just witness?
Oh, but is he close to his own orderly?
The orderly lives.
Oh, wait. The orderly lives? Has he... Wait, he's just... Oh! His pig is completely gone.
Disintegrated. Of course, if that pig isn't a sapper that has a shrapnel grenade, you can usually guarantee a minimum of 15 extra damage from your own pig's death explosion onto your opponent, so long as you can blast your pig next to the enemy when dealing that initial damage. This can sometimes be a tricky endeavour to pull off effectively, but considering how Hogs is a numbers game, it might end up being the difference between winning and losing the round. The idea of using your own pigs as kamikazes is usually a last resort tactic, as most pros will want to keep their pigs alive for as long as possible. A pig who can still function and deal damage will be a thorn in the side of any opponent, especially if that pig has less than 15 health. The obvious counter to this, in multiplayer specifically, is the paratrooper. For some reason, mines were never included in the sapper's arsenal within multiplayer, so the next best thing for finishing off low health pigs is the jetpack. But consider a player's lineup without a paratrooper. Suddenly those low health pigs become another task that they must take care of at some point during their turn. If the pig has 4 or less health, then it is possible for the opponent to jump on the pig's head to deal 1 damage per jump and still walk away with enough time to then deal damage onto a different pig. Yet so far this season we've seen players having to use an entire turn just to finish off a single low health pig. All of those circumstances of not having a paratrooper in your lineup and not having enough time to jump on the pig's head to deal the necessary damage to then take him down is a lot more common than we think. Every battle in Hogs is different, every circumstance will be different, but having to take some time out of your own turn in order to finish off an enemy pig is something you want to avoid occurring altogether. And that means making your shots count and dealing the damage necessary to eliminate the pig you are targeting. You want to avoid giving yourself more work to do during your own turn. But I know what you're going to say, it's Hogs of War, and in many ways it's inevitable that at some point or another you will end up having to play cleanup. My biggest piece of advice here though is to just not forget about those low health pigs that you've been meaning to deal with all match, because if you don't and you forget about them, then it may come back to haunt you later on.
He's not going to try to get him up there. No, that's the wrong way. That's way too easy now for our ADP.
Yeah.
No.
And
oh, I was going to say he could slide back down and...
Yeah, so ADB only has to deal 20 damage, so...
It's looking very likely that ADB will take this with a 2 health gunner.
Yeah, then not killing the gunner before was a crucial mistake here.
Yeah. With only 2, yeah, he's going to go down there and shoot him.
Oh.
Going to finish it off with the pistol.
Oh my god,
oh, no.
That was so close. Heartbreaking for X-Spy.
So unlucky.
Well
Oh my
played.
god, is he slipping? Is he slipping next to him? Will there be damage?
Is he close enough?
I don't know. Will it be a draw? Yes! He can hit him! That is a draw!
I can't believe it! I can't believe it!
My mindset, if any of my own pigs have low health, is that any damage I am able to deal with them from that point onwards is just a bonus, especially when it's a situation where I'm without a medic or any additional method of healing. But you see, there's also a flip side to all of this, and that is how your own low health pigs are important to your opponent. Now, this is only when your pig is poisoned and is about to drop to 10 health or less, as obviously the advantage there is that they will gain an extra turn from your own poison pig dying. However, in competitive play, this is usually countered in the same way as a non-poisoned low health pig, but this time around it results in a self-kill. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, gaining an extra turn in Hogs is so valuable that players will go out of their way to avoid losing one, and that includes killing their own pigs. Having a low health poison pig on your team provides your opponent with a double advantage because it creates the possibility of them gaining an extra turn through that pig dying when they take their turn, and it forces their opponent to go out of their way to self-kill that pig, which ultimately takes time away from their own turn, just as it would to your opponent if the pig wasn't poisoned. Regardless of either advantage, the poison pig is going to die. You just have to ask yourself whether you can risk losing a turn or if you have enough time to kill your own pig and still deal damage to the enemy. One of the biggest nightmares most pro players fear being caught in is the situation that forces them to kill their own poison pig without then being able to damage any of the opponent's pigs. It's already a big enough problem losing one of your own through the poison, but then to not be able to then retaliate within the same turn is just humiliating. Considering that 9 times out of 10 the jetpack is the weapon of choice for taking out low health pigs, regardless of whether they happen to be your own or the enemy's, I would advise avoiding knocking pigs into water wherever possible, as in most circumstances you risk damaging yourself from the explosion, and if that happens, your turn will end immediately. Practicing the best moment to release your parachute is very important, as you need to be high enough to avoid the water splash damage, but not so high that you lose valuable time once your feet have hit the ground. Maximizing your turn to the greatest effect is key in competitive, as one false move will always be capitalized on by your opponent. Remember, you want to keep your own low health pigs alive for as long as possible. Use them as much as you can before their inevitable death arrives, and deal with them swiftly if they are poisoned. If the enemy have low health pigs, don't forget about them, deal with them as soon as you can, and look to inflict additional damage on any other enemy pigs within that same turn.
He has 2 jetpacks, so he can even kill and then go for... No, there's no guided missiles left. Wait, there is one. So he can end it here.
Machetino can pull it off now? Yeah, if he lands it in the mine, it's done.
Yep. If the sapper dies, I mean, yeah, he's not doing good. Wow.
That's
Machetino wins.
The end goal with a low health pig is to create more work for your opponent, to take time away from their own turn, and ultimately hope that they slip up somehow along the way. Being able to put pressure on your opponent and maintaining it is vital, as at the end of the day you want to be in control of proceedings as much as possible. Now get out there and win, or I'll give you what for, boy! And in the meantime, I will catch you guys later for the next one. Peace out, everybody.